anniversaries of Treaty 7, and we recognize the Métis people who share a deep connection with this land. We are here today to build a better future, and I know that's what I'm here to do, and I know that the team I'm part of, that's exactly what we're going to do. As a registered nurse and an educator, I have spent every day of my career working so closely with fellow healthcare professionals, doctors, nurses, healthcare aides, listening to their needs and trying to improve care for our patients. Right? And making sure that all Albertan families feel supported when they need care. Today, with Danielle Smith and the UCP, thousands of Albertans have lost access to their family doctor or have no access at all. This is not what a better future in Alberta looks like. And that's why I'm running to end the crisis in healthcare and ensure that there's healthcare for every Albertan as part of an NDP government under the leadership of Rachel Notley. With Rachel, you can count on a government that's focused on what matters to you. Growing the economy, building new schools, lowering the cost of living, and this one, which is very important to me, launching the largest healthcare recruitment initiative this province has ever seen. We have an ambitious plan for Alberta and for Calgary. We have an amazing leader who is here to tell us all about it. Please join me in welcoming our leader, Rachel Notley.
Your compass spins you astray. Don't stand alone, don't stand alone. If you're feeling cold and blue, don't stand alone, don't stand alone. You've outgrown those tattered shoes. Don't stand alone, don't stand alone. Find that blood flow, find that heat. Don't stand alone, don't stand alone. Find that footing for your feet. Don't stand alone, don't stand alone. There's a sea change coming with that orange dawn. And color's so much brighter when it shines on everyone. Stand together, stand together. Rise up and shine for the better. Stand together, stand together. Rise up and shine.
Thank you, everyone. I cannot believe how many people are here. And to all of you in the overflow section, big wave, hello. Thank you for being out there. And thank you to Diana for that wonderful, wonderful introduction. I cannot wait for you to be elected as the MLA in Calgary-Acadia. You know, in Diana Batten, we have, frankly, one of the nicest people to ever run for public office in this province. She is hardworking. She is kind. She is caring. She's a dedicated nurse who sat with kids holding their hands while they fought off COVID, some of the scariest moments in their young lives. And in the other corner, we have Tyler Shandro. That's all I have to say. I'm just going to put it out there that the choice in Acadia is very, very clear. What do you all think? Yep, Batten. So thank you all so much for being here today, and I know there are more and more new faces at these events every day. And so just show of hands, who is here today at their first ever NDP rally? Welcome to all of you. And if I haven't formally introduced myself, please allow me to do that. My name is Rachel Notley, and I am ready to be the Premier of Alberta. My friends, there is 1 week left in our campaign to build a better future for Alberta. And you can actually vote for that better future starting tomorrow. Advanced polls will be open, and we have an amazing, amazing slate of candidates, specifically, because that's where we are today, here in Southern Calgary. You can vote for Diana Batten right here in Calgary-Acadia. Give a wave. You can vote for Najwa Al-Junaid in Calgary-Glenmore. Give a wave. You can vote for the amazing Dennis Ram in Calgary-Pagan. You can vote for Rebecca Bombsall in Calgary-Fish Creek. For Andrew Stewart in Calgary-Hayes. David Cloutier in Calgary-Shaw. Venkat Alkaraj in Calgary-Lougheed. Joan Schwandezo in Calgary-West. And you can vote for Justin Hoosby in Calgary-Southeast. Thank you all of you, for the incredible campaigns that you are running. This really has been a campaign beyond my wildest dreams. We have seen support from every corner of this province. Albertans are coming to rallies like these, and frankly, also coming up to me at gas stations and coffee shops during many, many, many hours and they're all telling me the same thing. One guy, in fact, on a motorcycle, in full chaps, at a red light the other day. He revved his engine and then he yelled at us, "I'm voting NDP for the first time!" That was fun. Every day, more Conservatives are realizing that their basic values, these basic Alberta values, are not represented in Danielle Smith's UCP. And so, some of them are saying, and it's totally reasonable, they're saying, "Rachel, I'm lending you my vote." That's what they're saying. And I want to say back to them and all the other former Conservative voters in Alberta, that is absolutely fine with me. Because you know why? Your vote should be lended. It is not something that anyone is entitled to rely on simply because of one's party colors. Rather, as far as I am concerned, votes are earned. And they're not just earned at election time, they are earned every day in between. And my commitment to you, if I am elected Premier, I will work every day to earn your support, to earn your confidence, and most of all, to keep your trust. And I'll do that. I will do that by doing the things that I say I am going to do. I know. Now, Danielle Smith, she wears flip-flops, not flats. Things that she said last year, last month, last week, I don't know, maybe even this morning, may not be the things that she's saying right now. However, all I know is it's rather exhausting trying to keep track. What we do know is Danielle has a hidden agenda in this election. She wants to gamble with your retirement security by pulling out of the Canada Pension Plan. Doesn't want to talk about it during the election, but she still wants to do it. She wants you to pay to see a doctor, and she wants to sell off at least 3 hospitals across the city of Calgary. Enough is enough. It is time to get back to stable, common sense, trusted leadership, reasonable, thoughtful, looking at the evidence and the facts. I know super key years ago, I have never wavered in my support for public health care, and I never will. And mark my words, my friends, we are going to end the crisis in healthcare and deliver better public healthcare for all Albertans. We are going to make sure that every Albertan who needs a doctor gets a family doctor free of charge. You will never, ever pay to see a doctor. And we will reduce emergency wait times. We will ensure you get surgery in a timely manner, and we will end the EMS crisis so that parents and families can be confident their kids and their loved ones will have the care they need when they need it. And friends, you know, we're going to make life more affordable too. We're going to make life more affordable for all families by freezing taxes, increasing benefits for seniors, providing free contraception, capping those out-of-control power bills, freezing car injecting your pension. We are also going to help parents with the cost of sports and the cost of other activities so their kids get the best future possible. Now, you know, some of you may have watched the debate, and you may have noticed that there's been a lot of talk about the economic record of our government from 2015 to 2019. But the fact is this. The real fact, the facts, everyone, facts. The facts are that while dealing with the worst recession in decades, here's what actually happened. Employment, up. GDP, up. Population, up. Lower labor productivity, up. And most importantly to me, the one thing that didn't go up was child poverty. In fact, we cut child poverty in half. And this time, my friends, we are going to finish that job. Who's with me? No more forcing parents to choose between food on the table and keeping the lights on. We're not going to do that. And those kids, in fact, all of our kids, we are going to make sure that they get a good education in a good school that's close to home. With a teacher at the head of the class who is supported. And who is teaching those kids a proper, progressive, evidence-based, world-class curriculum that will prepare our kids for the future? Because you know, my friends, over the last 3.5 years, I've visited a lot of schools over those few years. And I've heard really one-on-one some really sad stories from frustrated and scared parents and frankly stressed out and scared teachers and educational assistants. And they tell me a lot about what's going on. And I have to tell you, having heard those stories, it really does. This is, it just breaks my heart and it worries me to think of that girl I described a couple days ago, the one, she's real, she's all over the place. The 6-year-old girl in grade 1 in a classroom with over 30 children in it. And she puts her hand up. She puts her hand up to get help. And she waits. And she waits for another minute. Then she waits for 2 minutes, another minute. And no one comes. And this happens over and over to her for the first couple of months of her first grade 1 experience. And eventually, she just stops raising her hand. And my friends, this is happening. This isn't just a political story of rhetoric. It is a story that was told to me over and over and over again by so many people. It's happening all across our province. We've had 35,000 new children come into our schools over the last 4 years, and the UCP has not hired a single solitary teacher to teach them over that time. Under an NDP government, the UCP's intentional attack on our public education and the children who rely on it will stop right now. From day one, we will get to work hiring thousands more teachers and thousands more educational assistants, and we will ensure that that young girl gets the help that she needs. And you know what? When she does get that help, and she learns that learning is fun, and she learns all the things that she can, well, then we're going to make sure that our young people, our future leaders, when they grow up, there will be space in post-secondary so they can pursue the career that they want. We're going to add 30,000 student spaces in universities, colleges, and polytechs in the next 4 years. And we're going to cut tuition costs. We have to do this now and for our future. And when they've done that, there will be more good-paying jobs when they're finished school, because we're going to invest in our economic future. We're going to revitalize our downtowns. We're going to build new campuses right in the heart of our cities to train skilled workers, and we will support entrepreneurs and small business owners who, guess what? Won't be paying any small business tax under an NDP government. We will support our oil and gas industry. We will reduce emissions from our oil and gas industry, and we will do that by creating jobs and growing the economy of the future. Because, my friends, diversification, it is not a luxury. It is an absolute and complete necessity. And we will do this, my friends. We will do all of these things without asking everyday Albertans to make sacrifices. What we're going to do is we're going to go from having the lowest corporate tax rate in the country to having the lowest corporate tax rate in the country. Lower than Scott Moe's, lower than Doug Ford's, but under our fiscal plan, which we worked on with Todd Hirsch. You might know him. I think some of you have been introduced to him by me before. Tall guy, nice glasses, really awesome shoes, very, very smart. Under the plan that we developed, we can achieve the Alberta that we all know we can be. And we can do that being held up by an economy that is actually prepared for the future and less exposed to booms and busts that have plagued Alberta for so many years. Strong, resilient, and growing. And I will do that because I have a team, some of whom you've just met, who is dedicated to getting us there. Now, Danielle, she doesn't really like to talk about her team very much. The latest round of extreme comments coming from the UCP are ugly, embarrassing, offensive, and quite honestly, as someone who's born and raised in this province and very proud of it, deeply, deeply worrisome. Just look at some of the things that have been reported in the news and look at how Danielle Smith has chosen to respond. When her deputy premier was caught on video just last week saying that he thought people should pay to visit the emergency room, she just claimed it was made up. It wasn't. When her candidate in Calgary Fish Creek made deeply misguided and racist comments about Black Albertans, she said nothing at all. When her candidate in Lacombe-Ponoka dehumanized the most vulnerable children in our province, she waited days to respond and flip-flopped on what she was going to do about it in the first 24 hours after she did finally respond. We still don't know what she's going to do about it. Fact is, we have a leadership problem, and we know that because the problem is the leader. Danielle Smith herself has said and done so many extreme things. She called criminals to discuss their criminal charges, interfering in the justice system and breaking the law in the process. That is wrong. It is a threat to our democracy. And that's not me talking, that's Alberta's ethics commissioner, for heaven's sake. We cannot let this become the new normal in Alberta. This is not who we are. The fact is, my friend, this is not a normal election. We must stand together and defend the province we care about, the Alberta we know that we are, inclusive, welcoming, compassionate, with respect for each other and respect for the law. And respect for the democracy that depends on that law. So my friends, this election, it comes down really to who you trust. Who you trust to lead us into the future, to deliver on what matters to you. So if you want better health care, join us. If you want a better quality of life, lower utility insurance costs, your pension protected, within Canada's lowest tax province, join us. If you want better leadership, someone you can trust to grow our economy, champion our energy sector, and always, always work for you, go out and vote Alberta NDP. Friends, as long as we stand together, we can and we will win this thing. Let's build a better future. Thank you.